mean, that kind of looks like a guy's face, right? There's a mouth. But this could also be interpreted as a vase. But it all depends on how you look at it. You can look at it, so basically perception is active. You can look, things aren't what they necessarily, you can look at it in different ways, in different perspectives. This can be two faces, or this can be a vase. Now, so yeah, our perception is an active process. But you can't always, like this, you can't, now there's also illusions. So there's something that occurs and you think that it was, so and so, but it actually turns out that it was an illusion. It was a trick that your mind, that your sense was not, your faculties weren't able to properly see what it actually was or what was actually going on. Basically, they malfunction. They don't really malfunction, but they're not quite accurate. This is what illusions are. One example of an illusion would be this one, where you have this and this. And then people say, even though that these are the same length, people mostly would say that this is longer than this. Now, they're the same length, but for some reason when we see it like this, there's this perception that this is longer. It's an illusion. So you can't always trust your perceptions. But you can't distrust your perceptions, because without your perceptions, you'd be screwed. You wouldn't be able to do anything. Now, there is response. So here's a duality. Now, once again, you can't have sensation without perception. You can't have perception without sensation. You can't have thinking without emotion. You can't have emotion without thinking. Or any of these without any other one. You can't have contemplation without passion. You can't have passion without contemplation, because, when I said contemplation is when you see everything as one. You see the oneness, the connection of things. Well, when that happens, you're passionate. When you're part of something greater than yourself, when your ego dies and you're, one with things, one with people around you or anything, or you're part of a team or anything, or just something greater than yourself, then you're passionate. And these go hand in hand. Well, sensation and perception go hand in hand. One doesn't exist without the other. Now, but also, yeah, people say, I perceive something. Now, even though they feel it more than the sensation. Like, I sense something, when you perceive something, there's a little bit more, it seems a little more solid. But still, you haven't quite put it into words. You haven't quite grasped it yet, but you perceive it. Now, response is once again, it's a product of sensation and perception. When you sense something, when you perceive something, you respond in a certain way.